Alright everyone, hello and welcome back to City Skylines Green Cities. I think we're about ready to start here, so we'll just go ahead and jump right in. I think we'll do a scenario today. So with this DLC, there's 3 new ones. Cleanup Crew, Green Power, and City of Gardens. For Cleanup Crew, we have a serious stomach flu epidemic is spreading around the city, and health issues in general are on the rise. You check what's wrong with the city and fix the issues to make the Fresco City a healthy place to live. So we need to have a population over 75,000. We need to have average drinking water pollution under 1%, basically 0, and average citizen health over 85%. If we have 0 money or have a population under 1, so 0, we lose. Green Power, time to put your city's carbon footprint in check. With this scenario, you must build a city from scratch and make its carbon footprint as small as possible. To win, we need 50,000 people, 500 megawatts of power, 100% electricity production from renewable resources. We lose if we have less than 1 money, or 100% electrical production from polluting sources, or average ground pollution over 15%. So that's going to be interesting with industry. So we'll have to see what we can do about that. And then for this guy, this scenario is all about making the small industrial city of perch trees a comfortable place to live in. So we need to construct 10 different parks and plaza buildings, 15,000 square feet of organic and local produce specialization built, average citizen happiness over 85, population over 50,000. We lose if we have less than 1 money or population under 1. Play 30 in-game weeks, or average citizen happiness under 60, play 30 game weeks. So after 30 weeks we have to have, I think that's how that works, so it's going to be hard to get 15,000 people in 30 weeks. So I think we'll start with Cleanup Crew for our first scenario here. It'll take a moment or so to load. Oh no, somebody made a mess. Time to clean up and make this a healthy place to live. Alright, so as you can see, everybody's sick and dying. Cemeteries needed. Going to turn that down just a little bit. Alright, so the first problem that I see is that we have quite a lot. I'm going to turn on this volume again just a pinch. I did a driver update for my video card, and everything got goofed up on my settings for some reason. I don't know why, but I had to redo everything. So right now we're taking water from a polluted area, which is pretty bad. So what we're gonna do is switch over to water towers, and then oh, that was the wrong one. Whoops. Silly me. We'll add one more. We also got this guy here. There we go. We're going to move this water tower somewhere safer as well. So we're going to have stuff popping up all over the place because of that mess up. Alright, so there's that. We got that out of the way. So, we gotta get our health up. Let's get my achievements didn't unset, I don't think. Oh. Okay, god dang. Okay. So we're still going in slow mode. I want to fix a lot of this stuff. Can nobody turn that off? Like I said, my game got goofed up. I don't think we need that. There we go. I apologize for that. Like I said, my settings got a bit goofy, so we're gonna D-zone. Whoops, a little overboard there. This industry here. I don't want that mixed in with the residential. That's just a cause for ground pollution to get really out of hand. It's also gonna mess up with traffic quite a lot too. So we're just gonna go in and delete all of this. Before I forget, let's make sure we're getting lots of money here. Always recommend raising taxes to 11%. It's gonna keep people from complaining. Any higher than that, they complain. Any lower than that, you're not making as much as you could be. I think we'll get rid of all of this industry. We'll put it somewhere else, because right now it's just causing a ton of ground pollution. It's really bad to kind of have it this close to where we do all of this. You don't really want industry right next to housing. Especially if it's dirty industry. You really don't want that. This is a bit, but luckily it's not grown much over here. So we're probably gonna have a couple spikes in some demands here because we're deleting a lot of stuff and not building anything yet. So you really don't want that big row. We'll check for power plants too. I have to be kind of, this is kind of the tedious part of this. I haven't beaten this mission yet. I did probably on my own maybe 10-20 minutes just to kind of get a feel for it. I think this is the most tedious part, is just having to rezone everything. What are they complaining about? They're sick, alright. Well, we're working on it. I think we'll D-zone. How do I want to do this? Maybe this will be the industrial area over here. Not sure how yet, but... So I want to make sure our population doesn't go under 1. Music. I'm really mad that my settings got all messed up. I think it was that update. I did some NVIDIA update, and I think it goofed up all my audio settings too, so kind of disappointing that it did that. Anyways, we'll figure it out. So just a couple. There we go. Yeah, there's a power plant there too. Yeah, we missed a couple little spots, but that's okay. Oh, I know. I also don't want this. This is too much on this roundabout here. I don't want stuff on the main road. That's going to cause a lot of traffic headaches in the future, so we'll get rid of that. That should go away once they realize they're no longer zoned for anything. So maybe what we'll do... We shouldn't do that actually, it's okay. We're doing the whole thing, I guess. This would be the border. Actually, no, that can stay. We'll make that commercial. This would be commercial. And that'll give us a separation between the housing and industry. I'm also going to shift the power plants over. Because again, they just... Eventually we can go green for power. But for now... I just want to get them... God, we have a lot of power, don't we? I just want to move them all out of the way. I thought there was one more. Yep. Coal power is pretty dirty, so we'll get rid of it eventually. But for now our goal is to get people better. So as you can see, people are still very sick. And industry now has its own place to grow. We can maybe even speed it up a pinch here. Industry that can now thrive on its own. Whoops. There we go. Whoops a daisy. So now another thing I want to check. I was afraid of that. The garbage situation. So we can't build recycling centers. They're not that expensive. So we're going to do that, and then go back to our info view. We're going to move these landfill. Because that's another big source of ground pollution. Now we're going to also add a few more clinics. Can't quite afford a hospital. Put one maybe here. I think we'll put one down here maybe. Because we gotta really... There's a cemetery too. We gotta improve their health. That's the big thing. So we went through all of our money, but hopefully this will give them a fighting chance. So once we're able to move those landfills, we'll be in much better shape. We can check our goals here. Okay, so they're already up to 72, which is pretty good. We gotta be careful not to go into debt here. That's our big concern. The population is already back up again, so that's good. Again, this can be our border for separating between industry and not industry. We'll upgrade our roads eventually too. Get a little bit something nicer. Water and sewage both right where they should be. Good to see. Yeah, once we unlock higher density, we can also turn it. We can just do this whole thing, I guess. When I do scenarios, I don't usually worry about making the city look pretty. I just more focus on trying to actually beat the scenario. So I know my cities aren't exactly beautiful to begin with, but I tend to focus more on just trying to beat the scenario versus making something like really beautiful or efficient. As long as it's good enough, that's good enough for me. That's all I care about. So it's going to take a while probably to empty those. That one's actually almost empty. That one's very full. So our recycling center is going to process all of those. I think we got quite a bit of education. Add a couple more just to make sure everybody gets educated. We have one high school. We need another one, but I kind of... Oh, we got it now, maybe? Hopefully that'll cover the rest of the people. We'll need to build more at some point, but for now, I think that'll work. Go ahead and fix this up. We'll probably upgrade these roads here too pretty soon. So it's not going to stay like that for long. Those are our water towers, which, you know, keep it away from the industry is a big thing for this one. We don't have to get that close. We can leave a gap. Yeah, we're almost back up to full health, so... Oh! Having some power issues, though. Look at all this wind on the lake. Fortunately, we can only build one, because what's coal? Coal is 40. So it's a little more than coal. What's it cost to run? 200 per week. 560 per week, and then plus we gotta buy coal all the time. So, oh, look at that. We got 25,000 bucks. Because people are getting healthy again. So now as long as our population stays above 1, as long as we have $1, we just gotta get that population up to 75,000. That's a lot of people, holy buckets. So now we can focus on the milestones. So 7,500, God, that's like 10%. Okay. We can move this now if we want, somewhere else, out of the way. Maybe we can just delete the other, just have recycling do it, and just delete the other ones. That might be the best way to go for that. I want to keep that roundabout clear. I don't want stuff to stop there. I see something else that's wrong. No, there are no stop signs. It's weird. It is a one-way though. I wonder why it's so slow. And they're parking on it too. I don't really like that either. That's the issue. We should redo that at some point too. So that's the hard part. We're now good to go. A little goofy there, isn't it? Move the firehouse down a little bit. So once we delete that trash dump, we can upgrade that last road and be good. Unfortunately, there's a lot of trash in it, so it's going to take quite a while. Quite a while indeed. That's the wrong color. There we go. We could buy more land. Buy a couple more land, I guess. There we go. It's very polluted over there. It's very hard to see. Looks like... There we go. And looks like we get high density too. That's very nice to see. Or do we get high? Yeah, we do. Good. So I think we'll stick to these water wind turbines for now. We get much better stuff green-wise later on, so we'll hang on for that. But hard part's over. Everybody's healthy, and yeah, we're good. So eventually we're going to have to start planning for some high density here. Don't have it. Now see, the nice thing about recycling centers is they really don't pollute. Very little, very small, 25. We could even extend this out a little bit. Then put a couple recycling centers here. Power them up, and then that should help these guys get their trash. And since the land pollution's so low, we should be in pretty good shape. We'll go ahead and plop down Fresco City University. Gonna add some parks over here to kind of help these buildings level up a little bit. Because we'll have more educated workers, which will help out greatly with the, you need money. Oh, we're out of money. Still can't move this, unfortunately. Can move this. So I guess we'll just start that back up again, let it go. It'll take a while to get their education built up. Well, see, that's the reason why I went with water towers instead of having the inlet or the intake or whatever in this lake. Because this is a closed lake. It's just gonna fill with pollution. I mean, our closest other fresh water is just right here. But we're not gonna. We'll just have that. Criminals. Oh, they want a jail, which we can't afford. We'll build another cop station and make them happy. A small one, because that's all we can afford at the moment. So we'll go ahead and make an off-ramp. We're going to make a new area. Or attempt to. There we go. This would be the new high density area. Just like that. Go with bike lanes to encourage biking. Then we'll connect it up to the freeway. Just like that. Just thinking about how I kind of want to go about it. I want to do it a little bit differently than I normally do. Kind of mix it up just a little bit. Doesn't quite want to go where it should. There we go. We'll force it. Because all we gotta do now is just get a high population and we're done. Do want to keep them connected though, I think. A little bit different lengths or something. Just mixing it up so it's not all the same. That might be good. I don't want it too close to the noise either, so we gotta be careful on this end. And of course, trying to get it just right, it's kind of a pain. There we go. Oh. It's really tricky. And while we're doing this, we're making some good money, so it's nice to see. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do one more. And I'm connecting them like that just so they makes it easier to get like police services and stuff. It's a little silly, but. There we go, that'll be the butterfly, we'll call it. The butterfly district. Water's still pretty good, that's nice to see. We'll get this watered up. And then, what to keep an eye on traffic, I think we should probably connect them other ways than just the freeway, but we'll kind of test it out and see where the traffic is. I mean, we could. I don't know why I didn't connect that. We can force it, I guess. Have to move some buildings, but fix some stuff. See, it didn't connect that either. Very strange. There we go. That's another way to get there, I guess. That'll work. So they will, of course, need some electricity. will need their schooling. Now, since it's high density, there's going to be a lot more students. We're out of cash. I was hoping to maybe and don't forget, raise that to 11%. Get that free money. So let's just start building some high demand stuff. Get that housing get in there. We could maybe do a thing of office. No, I'm gonna pause it real quick. I am gonna make a district. We can always expand this later if we want to. There we go. So, we're going to go back to that. We're going to go to that, and we're going to make this one of the new specialties for commercial, or sorry, for offices. The IT cluster, so we get 50% less workers is required, 30% less, or consumes 30% more electricity, and generates 30% more tax revenue. So there you have it. Pretty good. We're probably good. Oh, good, they connected. I was saying we're probably gonna have issues, but guess we're not. It all worked out. So we'll have to keep an eye on traffic. I'm hoping they use this pretty good. We'll see. So really, this scenario is pretty much beat. Like, we're pretty much done. We just gotta wait to get that population up to 75,000 and then we're all set. It's just gonna take time is all. But that one, like I said, is pretty easy. Now our new little IT cluster here is probably going to have issues selling for a while. It will work itself out once everybody's educated and happy and all that. But we'll probably see some issues with that for a little while, pretty quick here. But it should work itself out. But they look really cool. Okay, so we do have some of the good ones. 80. That's 240. So I think what we'll do is build that guy. We have to watch our power here. Okay. Plus we got wind, so we're good for electricity. Now we're a green city. We got no more fossil fuels. We're burning green. We have no incinerators either. What's wrong with their garbage collection? We should probably build, yeah, we should build something over here maybe. Something. Okay, maybe what we'll do is a few more areas of... We'll kind of plan this out here and then we'll add a garbage afterwards, kind of see where we want to put it. I don't think I want to build too close to the lake because it's really a gross lake. basically sewage lake is what it really is. I will leave that one. This one's gonna be a little tricky. We can always move those power lines too, I guess. We'll fix it, don't worry. Fear not. There we go. So make sure. So this would be our future expansion. I don't think there's disasters in these scenarios, so I'm not going to worry about making my water lines kind of earthquake resistant like I normally like to do. I don't think it matters all that much. Would like to build a couple schools though. That should be fine still. I think we'll build recycling centers. That should be out of range of their polluted area. So we'll go ahead and turn that into a zone? Or a district, I should say. We'll go ahead and power those guys. We'll kind of help it along here. So maybe we'll do another... We'll mix it up. That'll be that. This will be that. This can be housing. We still need fire, police, and all that stuff too yet. Kind of burned through a lot of money doing other stuff, so... And maybe these two smaller ones can be commercial. Just like that. Hey, we leveled up. Yoga garden, so... Let's speed up again. Those policies should help give us some extra money too. We'll go ahead and just build, you know, a backup system just in case. Extra lines. Lines of power. We'll make that residential. So we need 75,000. We're at 11.3. Who's complaining about garbage? There's no one. There should be nobody. We'll just delete that one. Hey, welcome back. And welcome to you. Hi, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Hail Zagan. I'm really bad with names. There's some pretty cool stuff in this DLC. Right now, we're working on one of the new scenarios. This is kind of intense, isn't it? So, we already kind of beat this scenario. It's basically just getting our population up. But some of the new things is like right here. A recycling center. So you actually see, if you see those trucks that just came out. It kind of works sort of like an incinerator, where trash will be brought into here and then processed. Now what it does is it actually will get raw materials back out from that, get put into those trucks, as you can see here. Like they got oil somehow from recycling, so they'll actually provide raw materials for your industry, which is one of the nicest things about the recycling center. So in this particular scenario, we had to clean up our water supply and make everybody not sick. So basically we had to get rid of our water pumps in ground polluted areas. Oh, we're gonna get out of bounds here. Yeah, shucks. So this is the original city, and it had industry mixed in with residential. It caused a lot of problems. So we had to separate the industry from everybody else. And now that we got, now that we have actual decent, I don't know where I was going with that, but now we can actually build non-polluting offices and stuff. Another one of the new things with this DLC is specializations for offices. So as you can see here, we have a district, because it's kind of like a butterfly, the butterfly district. And in that, we have office specialization, which is called IT cluster. So it requires 50% less workers. It consumes 30% more electricity, and you get 30% more tax revenue. And they're also, the buildings are massive compared to the other ones. Like, look how tall those things are. There's only one level of it too. So pretty huge. Now another thing, there's also specialization for housing. Right, no, there's housing and commercial, but we'll get to housing first. Self-sustaining, self-sufficient buildings, it consumes 30% less energy, makes 30% less garbage, but you get 30% less tax revenue. And you know how much I love my taxes. Yes, actually you can. There's actually that's another new thing. A couple different options for that. I don't think we have them unlocked yet. Yeah, we don't. We got one of them, the Eco Water Outlet. There's still pollution, but it's greatly reduced. So it's kind of like the water treatment plant, which we don't have unlocked yet in this map. There's another version of the water purifier, the Eco Water Treatment Plant. This will dump water, I think is basically no pollution. So once we unlock that, we'll have pollution-free water pretty much going back into the rivers or lakes or what have you. And then there's also this guy, the floating garbage collector. So you can put one, again we don't have it unlocked yet, but you can put that down kind of by this, let's say you put in this polluted water, and it will actually take out some of that pollution. Now, I messed with it a little bit, and it can't keep up with this type of stuff. Like it helps a little bit, but really it doesn't do a whole lot. But it is a new thing that you can do to sort of help reduce the water pollution in the area. But really, once you get it unlocked, this is what you want, the Eco Water Treatment Plant. Yeah, once you get that, once you get this unlocked, that pretty much goes away, the water pollution problems. So, and then I don't think there's any trace amounts, but if there is, you can combine it with that. You put that in front of it, and it kind of just sits there and floats and spins in the water, and then you can clean up that little bit of pollution. I don't think there is any, but if there is, that will pick up the rest of it. You can put down more than one. You can put down like a row of them or whatever, and it'll help clean it up. So they did add some water cleaning options, which is kind of nice. Maybe we'll build one and kind of compare it. Oh yeah, and then the last district is for commercial. It's the organic and local produce, so 50% of goods sold are made locally. Truck traffic in the area is reduced by half. Uses more power by 20%, and it reduces garbage by 20%. Now these will all be low density buildings, even if it's high density zoned. Whereas you can do high density self-sustaining housing. So actually, you know what we could do? Let's split this up maybe. I'm gonna pause real quick. I'll show you that new option. So this will be a whole new district. If I can get it just right, they're gonna kind of be... Yeah, that's good enough. So we'll make sure that our industry is still where it's supposed to be. And we'll do self-sustaining housing. Don't think there's any new farm options. I think that's all. Nothing new with that. So we're going to lose some of these buildings here because some of this is residential. And it's a little bit different look. You know what? Why don't we also do, while we're at it, we'll have this zone be local production as well. We'll kind of have this be the all new zones for all new specializations for all three different types of zones. So it's going to take a few minutes to kind of process itself. While we wait, let's test out this one. The more eco-friendly version of the dump valve thing. And we'll see how dirtier it is, or how dirty it is compared to the other one. Go ahead, power those up, and then we can kind of compare. Okay, so yeah, it does make some pollution. Once it's daytime, we'll get a better look. So we'll let that run for a few minutes. Now these are self-sustaining. Yeah, they are. So see, a little bit. I mean, they're still high rises. They're still, you know, they're tall. They're high density. So they got like a. If I can get the camera just right, it's like they got wood all over them now. Like a high rise made out of wood. But they're self-sustaining buildings. And then, is there any commercial yet? Yeah, see, these are all low density now, even though it's a high density zoning. But you can't tell they're more organic. They got that kind of organic look to them. Does that say burned bean? Is that what that says? So that would be, what do they want? They want, oh, and they want kind of everything, don't they? That's weird. They want like a good mix of both. I haven't seen that before. So as you can see, it is a bit less. This is much darker brown. This is not as bad. We can't compare it to that yet. That's not unlocked, but I think basically these are just an earlier version of the water treatment, the first one. And eventually we'll get the second one unlocked, which will create virtually no pollution. There's a bunch of new stuff too. There's a whole bunch of new power plants. This is one of them, the solar updraft tower. So basically, the sun heats up the generators, and then that what makes the power. And then it works at night because it stores whatever in batteries, and it runs out the batteries at night. So it's like a solar plant that works at night. We also have geothermal power, which is less expensive, so it saves a little bit of money. We'll build one of those because we're kind of getting low on power. This is the same deal. It makes 80 megawatts of power. This makes 240, which is really nice. That's a lot of power. I did play SimCities. Or SimCity. The 2013 one, that was kind of disappointing, I thought. It could have been, because I played SimCity for a long time before that, you know, the original SimCities. And they were so good. And then you get, basically 2013 SimCity was the size of one of these tiles. But the build, like, it was scaled differently so that the buildings were a lot bigger. You could fit a lot less in one of those tiles. Whereas this game, we get 9 tiles to mess with. So we got quite a lot of room in this game compared to SimCity 2013. So here's a better look at the self-sustaining, and they can upgrade too, as you can see. And of course here's the local small. It's getting dark, but a small organic shops pretty much. Public market. Oh, that's nothing. There's also electric cars too now. And you can enact policies that will ban combustion motors or encourage electric cars. Right there, electric cars. Filter industrial waste, which will reduce some ground pollution. There's the ban combustion engine, so you kind of force electric cars. So they'll avoid it if they can, but if they don't have a choice, they'll do it. We'll do some of these. You can do that to help your. It's like $100 per week per recycling center, but it'll increase their efficiency, which is kind of nice. So that's basically it. Okay, here's that floating garbage collector. So I can show what that looks like. Of course, it's nighttime now, so it's kind of hard to see. So it's $50,000 and it's about $1,100 per week. So I don't think it needs to be powered at all. I think it's kind of just by itself. But it really doesn't do a whole lot. And of course, it's nighttime. It's hard to see. Oh yeah, there's a new chirper icon. We got the little high-tech glasses now. I don't know. I don't think that one's new. I think that was from before, but I can't remember. No, that must be new because it's the green, maybe? I think that, if that's concerts, then that's gotta be, maybe, I don't know. For sure that one's new, so I picked it. But if you look at the garbage collector, it really doesn't do much. It's kind of expensive. It just kind of sits there, and maybe because water's not actually flowing through it, it's kind of like the water's kind of stagnant. It's not really moving. But yeah, it's supposed to help, but I don't think it does. So once we hit 36,000, we'll unlock the really good water things. We'll go ahead and maybe zone some more. I'll throw down some more offices too, just to make them happy. But yeah, like I said, this scenario is pretty much beat. There's also new unique building. There were some for the concerts DLC. We now have a fan zone park, which is basically like an off-site concert hall. So if you have the main concert area and it sells out, or people that want to go over to it or whatever, you can build a satellite site. You can also build a music club, which will help ticket sales. And the media broadcast building. So these are new things for the concerts. So you have to buy the concerts DLC to get this. But they did add some content for that. And then here's one of the new parks for the green. So you just see the bird and bee haven. So you can kind of tell there's some large birds there that kind of have a little nest on their platforms. They're pretty big birds, actually. They fly around, they hop. That's kind of cool. I'm guessing these are the bees or whatever. That bird likes to go on that roof and back and forth, back and forth. There he goes. That's one of the new unique buildings. Climate Research Center, so people get slightly more accurate weather reports. Again, it's getting dark, so you can't really see it, but nothing really much to that one. Lungs of the City. It's a very pretty park. I think there's a bunch of trees. A lot of trees. Oh, there's new trees also. I haven't really messed with the trees yet, but there are new trees in this DLC. We got the floating gardens. There's a couple new parks that are like this too. That kind of they're floating. You really got a good spot to put this. It's all new. Oh, it doesn't count. It doesn't think the road's close enough. It's gotta be on a road, but. Where was a good spot to put this? So basically people go to the docks and then they have to go out to the... You don't got power. They take a boat to this thing and kind of just chill on the lake. The sewage lake that we got. There's... This thing is huge, I think. No, it's not that bad, I guess. But it looks pretty cool. A big pyramid. And then of course Central Park is huge. Absolutely huge. I don't even know where to put it. And you can have a road go through it actually if you want. Because it's already in the park. So just like that. Yeah, it's a massive park. There you go. So I think that's most of the new buildings. So it's got like, I don't know what that takes you over to here. It's got like a little stage, it's got an amphitheater, it's got like a fountain type of thing. There's some new health buildings too. The yoga garden. I think this is the pool. Community pool. So these are more just for like helping the health get increased. Sports hall and gymnasium. And then that's it for the new ones for that. So basically it just kind of helps their health. I don't know why we have such demand for industry. Jeez. Then of course we got a little bit of commercial demand. Yeah, let's just do the whole thing, I guess. So that's basically it. Now we just gotta build our city up to 75,000 and we beat this scenario. Oh, our health did go down a little bit, but we can get that back up again because this is the average citizens, so... Oh, I know why, because I forgot to build a hospital. Knew I forgot something. I did build school. That's good. There we go. So that should help with the health issue. Yeah, there we go. Back up to 85. So once we get our population up there, we pretty much beat the game. We're pretty good money-wise, so... And there we go. There's our next milestone. So that's the scenario. I think we'll save it and maybe check out the next scenario. Green scenario 1. Like I said, I just saved over an old game, but that's fine. So let's check out the next one. Actually, this is a good overview of what's all new. So there's new info view overlay, noise pollution overhaul. So now when you're building or doing stuff, you can actually keep up the info view as you're building it, which is really nice. Especially after disasters, you gotta rebuild the roads. That's a really cool thing. Also, noise from vehicles instead of roads now, so that makes much more sense. New trees and props, new cars, so you got all the electric cars. There's some of the new trees. Road modding, I haven't done that yet, so I don't know how that works. And we've seen some of those unique buildings. There's that cafe thing, there's a garbage floating center. This is what we're looking at now, the new scenarios. And then of course the new policies, which we looked at as well. And specializations. This is for the concerts. Those are the unique buildings that we get now. Content manager update. And that's the same as before. Alright, so new scenario. Green power. So, we have to have a 50,000 population, 500 megawatts of power, 100% renewable. If we have less than 1 money, or 100% power from polluting sources, or ground pollution above 15%, we lose. So it looks like this one's from scratch. And that probably will make it tougher. So we gotta make a whole green city. Let's pause it for just a second. Make a dirt roundabout for now. A little weird, but it's okay. So again, we're not really worried about looks. We just want to beat the scenario. So we're going to do a very, I think, boring city. It's all about that win, right? I already goofed it up. I wanted to go 3 and I will do that. But that's too big. No, that's right. I think. I don't know. So that'll be that area. This will be... Now, industry is going to be tough. Because we can't have a lot of ground pollution, so we got to really be careful, I think. Oh, here we go. That's a good spot for that. Run our power lines over to our area here. So, because we're not having a coal plant, we really got to watch our power a lot more carefully, because we're going to run out of power a lot faster since we're just using wind turbines for now. So at least we have a lot more money to start, which is good. probably give these guys power. Knew I forgot something. Go ahead. There we go. So we just gotta keep an eye on that ground pollution is all. Save a little bit of money with that. Well, this is what I'm kind of worried about. I don't want to... We gotta watch our ground pollution on this one. Good news, I think we're going to stay above the red. We don't want to go into debt. And these dirt roads are nice and cheap. You don't got to worry about that. Of course, we lowered our water budget right away, so also saves money. We gotta watch our power is all. Okay, that's good. So it's gonna take a while if those actually start polluting. Once we get high density, we can just switch to offices, and that will probably take care of that problem pretty quick for us. And of course, the higher our population gets, the more stuff we'll unlock, which means we'll unlock much better green power option. So I think we'll do a recycling center instead of just a dump. I think that should greatly help out with ground pollution prevention. We're at 2%. So we've really got to watch that. So one thing we got to be really careful of. But once we get offices unlocked, we'll be in a lot better shape. %. Cause see, we don't even have specialization yet, so we can't really even specialize for like farmland or something. Power issues, yeah. Again, once we actually get better power options, that'll also be very nice. 5%? Alright. It's making me kind of nervous. Hey, welcome to the stream from Korea. Okay, now we can maybe... Okay, let's take a look here. So we have farms unlocked now. Maybe we can use that to our advantage. I have to move this over a little bit. So our industry here is going to be farmland. This whole area will be a big farm. Go ahead and hit play. Oops. There we go, we fixed that. Almost fixed it. Oh, I built it wrong. There we go. Oh, I didn't connect it to the water, did I? There we go. Here's the wind turbine, I suppose. So that's, yep, there we go. We lowered our ground pollution. Just good. Again, eventually we'll get, maybe what we'll do. Let's try this out. I can't afford a police station yet. Could raise taxes. There's demand for residential, so I want to make sure I get that met. And I know I gotta build a police station pretty quick here because they're getting pretty mad that they have no police department yet. Like a little wooden bridge here. There's a bonus money. Now we can build a cop shop. A fire station's not a bad idea either. A lot of money for schools though. I'm not really doing good with that regard. So we got a long ways to go population-wise. Oh, we lost our first building. I can finally build a school, though. Finally offer education. Thinking of maybe expanding a bit more. This isn't good. Power and water issues. We gotta get this one unlocked. That's gonna be a big boost to our electricity once we get it. Water, we can just bump the budget up a little bit and that should solve that issue. There we go, get that wind blowing to get those turbines making some power for us, although we're still in a power deficit, aren't we? There we go. Could use one more, maybe. We got a good hill at least for building these wind turbines. Oh, see, the wind's changing direction. Yeah, and that's killing our energy creation. That kind of sucks. We need the better options here. This is kind of terrible. There, it's going back up. There we go, we're back in the green. A little dangerous there, but... I got a whole bunch more room. Oh, it's too far. Oh, that's a little off, isn't it? Hey, there we go. That's expensive, but it's good. There's also biofuel buses now. There's a few different things like that that are new. Let's go ahead. We got a little bit of cash, so we're just going to work on expanding here. We'll build a high school. Probably need another elementary school. And there goes all of our cash, unfortunately. But we just can't... I guess we could build, as long as it's not 100% dirty energy, I think we could build like one coal. Because once we get this thing's a beast. I love that thing. That solar updraft thing. Look at that, 240 megawatts of power. That's half our requirement right there. Geothermal will probably be next to 5,000 though. Solar just doesn't work at night. Oh, they changed it. It has batteries now too. That's good. They must have changed that with this DLC. Okay, we put. Oh, is there anything good here we can do? 18. We'll take it. We'll take 18. So we'll keep that requirement for the scenario. 100% renewable. We're about a fifth of the way for our power requirement. And we got a long way to go population-wise, though. We'll buy some land, some cheap land. Recycling centers don't pollute a lot, so I'm not too afraid to put them kind of close to residential areas. I mean, we'll probably still buffer it with the commercial just to be safe. But it's not as big of a deal. Not as worried about it. It's a lot less ground pollution than a regular dump. And again, this is a scenario, so I'm not really trying to make this city pretty or good. I'm just trying to beat the scenario, basically. That's our main goal. You know, they're high school, but we're out of cash. I think it's good. Like the reason, like, I still do high schools and schools and all that in the scenarios because it does get you. I think once they're better educated, and it increases the housing levels. But it will get you more tax money in the long run. So they are good to do. You do want schools like that. It will help you get more money overall. Could use some more water. Power, once we get the money, we'll build another ocean water turbine. Again, I don't care about traffic, I don't care about really anything except the requirements for beating the scenario. That's what our goal is for this. And it will become much easier once we get high density stuff, because then we can do offices. We don't gotta worry about industry anymore, really. We can just do office buildings. But we're getting close. There we go. Build one more here. So they're all, you want them leveled up because that'll get you more money. We don't have a lot of it at the moment. So this scenario, again, it's not that hard, I don't think. We're kind of in a good spot now. We got some demand for industry, but... So we're a little ways away from high density. But basically, I think everything else is pretty stable. We got our green power, we're getting close to that. Once we're able to build these things, yeah, so once we get high density, we'll get the solar updraft tower, which is sweet. I think it's sweet. Like that'll cover all of our needs for electricity, so we don't gotta worry about it. I'm gonna switch our roundabout here, make it an actual road. That might be better. Just to make traffic flow a bit more. I remember in SimCity 2013, you had the water table, and you could actually take up too much water and then just run out and be screwed. But then the rain was supposed to replenish it, but it didn't always, or didn't do it enough. That game was heartbreaking. We'll do another chunk of farm just because we have the demand for it. There we go, we're 10% of the way there. There you have it. Oh yeah, geothermal is going to be a big help too. I think it makes a bunch of noise, but that's okay. Geothermal is a lot more stable than wind, because you saw wind kind of varies a bit. This will be a lot more stable. Add a few more schools, keep people nice and educated. That's basically it for this one. Again, we're almost halfway. Like once we build that power, because we'll probably need one or two more, maybe geothermal before we hit the 7,500 mark. So that'll be 280 plus 2. Yeah, we should hit the 500 with one more of these plus a solar updraft. I think that'll be all that we need for that. And then once we hit 7,500, we'll have high density. Then we'll be in really good shape. Oh, that's right, because that was kind of goofed up, isn't it? I guess we'll give in, do it that way. And yeah, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just got to be good enough to get that scenario beat. That's all I really care about. We could do one more water, I suppose. Dump the pollution into the river. Still put the clean water. Definitely want to make sure that these are still where they're supposed to be. There we go. Just dump a bunch of housing down and watch it grow fast. I forgot to build a cemetery. Whoops. That's my fault there. I knew I forgot something. Amount of money for a police station, but we'll get that eventually at some point. Clear out those power lines, get everybody back up and connected. And this farm is just to kill time until we can build offices. Once we can build offices, we'll probably even just get rid of this whole thing. Well, the recycle center to kind of help with that. See, we're getting kind of low, so maybe 2 recycling centers. There we go. It also supplies raw goods for the city as well, for industry and whatnot. So they're nice to have. We're growing, our money's growing. Traffic's really not bad at all. We have an issue with crime, so we're building a police station down here, I guess. I should give them a fire station too, really, but we're out of cash, so they're not going to get that right now. We'll have to wait on that. See, the higher the level of the building, like that's only 3 out of 5. That's 1 out of 3 because that's commercial. The more money you get for taxes, so you do want to get those levels up there if you can. In this game, it's the early on that's the toughest. After you get past that, it's really easy to go. Okay, we're doing really good on ground. I thought we were kind of a little bit high there because of the recycling center, but I think we're actually okay. There's some ground pollution, but we have to have something. Like, we don't really have much of a choice. But it should be good enough where it won't affect our requirement to win the game. Hopefully. Oh. About to build another geothermal power plant here. We're getting pretty low on power. Oh, there's 65,000. We're about 15 short. So we may have some power issues here. Traffic on this road's getting pretty brutal, but what are you gonna do? We'll fix that in a moment, don't worry. Hope people complain too much. I have a backup thing. I have a geothermal down here, maybe. Just shove it over here as well. Oh yeah, so once we get that, this guy unlocked. Ocean Thermal's pretty nice too, I think. That's 480, so that'll, I mean, we're quite a ways away from that, but that alone is almost our whole power requirement for the scenario. Alright, so yeah, we're at 1%. That's from the recycle center. I think that's going to be fine. We'll have to watch it, but that shouldn't be the end of the world. Because what else can we do? Like, there's no other power getting rid of things. That's all we have. Put down a fire station to help with these fires. Oh wow, we got quite a bit going on. We're making good money. We're doing pretty good. Yeah, pollution 100, pollution 100, pollution 25. So it's a quarter of pollution compared to the other options. So really, what else can we do? We need to have that. You know what I mean? Water's still very good. I like to see that. Again, I don't think there are disasters on these scenarios, so you don't have to worry about earthquakes or floods or tsunamis or nothing like that. It's basically just whatever they laid out in the scenario, the information they give you at the start. So you don't gotta worry about your city getting destroyed unexpectedly. There we go. Good old university, you're in a pretty bad spot probably. There's more police I got. Again, first thing you want to do, push taxes to 11%. The highest you can go without them complaining. Now, I recommend just don't worry about dezoning anything. Just start new areas for high density. Just don't rezone this. Because you take a pretty big hit with your population, plus the money that you lose because no one lives there anymore. It's just not worth it. So just, I would say, when you're at this point in your game, just build a new spot for high density. You can even use dirt roads if you want. And you can just build anew however you wish to go. Separate it how you want. That's good enough for me. Just like that. Now again, because this scenario is not about traffic, we could just have some fun with how we connect this road to the other part of the city. There, what if we just did that? Definitely do not want a stop sign there, though. These guys can have stop signs. But you don't want to stop on the highway. That's a terrible idea. Again, let's make sure we don't have stop signs here. At least where we're not supposed to have. There we go. Still gotta build more water collecting units here pretty quick. Now we're starting to get some decent money. Power's still good. So go ahead and just drop some zonage. I suppose they'll want electricity at some point, so we'll go ahead and give them that. I can't give them everything at once because I just don't have the money for it, but we can do that. Because these guys should give us pretty good money too once they're up and running, but it'll take a little bit to get going. Change my mind, I'll put that in commercial. So, again, I think we're pretty good. Yeah, it's still at 1%, so we should be fine. We're almost a fifth of the way. Power's gonna be really easy. That's not a big deal. So, that's scenario 2. I think we'll save it and move on to the third one. We'll show you the last scenario here that came with this new DLC. City of Gardens. Construct 10 different parks, plaza buildings, 15,000 square feet of organic and local produce specialization built. Average citizen happiness above 85. Population over 50,000. We need to have less than 1 money or we lose. Or population under 1 after 30 weeks. Or average citizen under 60 after 30 weeks. So we'll go ahead and start. These scenarios really aren't that difficult, I don't think. They're not that bad. I thought I shut that off. So the people who founded this town didn't have any idea of how to make a city fun and comfortable place to live in. Let's add a little color to this boring concrete landscape. So, we want to up their happiness for sure right away. So I like to have where their road comes into the city, that's north for me. If you have a Paradox account, it's really easy to do. It's like an email address and, hey, welcome to the stream. Panzer 6 Tiger, is that what that is? You get these Paradox plazas, they're $1,000 each, and they're $16 a week to run. Super affordable. They don't provide a ton of entertainment, as you can see here, but it's a lot better than nothing. And I want to de-zone this. I don't want the main road in the city to have stuff on it. Just like that. Alright, so see, their fun is already up to 68. But see, you have to meet all the conditions. So it has to be under 60 after 30 weeks. Population under 1 after 30 weeks. So... oh, you got it too. It's pretty fun, isn't it? Again, taxes 11%. I highly recommend. What are these guys going on about? Oh, we have a high demand. Okay, what can we do? We need space to build. Hey, welcome, Morgan. Yeah, to the stream. This is kind of a weird mess. Build some recycling centers here. That's probably too many. Higher, so 11% is not that bad for you then? Taxes? Is it income tax or sales tax or both? Again, I'm not super concerned with how the city looks. I just want to make sure we're able to get that scenario conditions in. So I'm kind of making it sort of like it is. To match the rest of the city, but really I just want to get that stuff complete. So it's going to look a little wonky. It's not going to be the prettiest city you'll ever seen, but I think we'll live. All kinds of taxes. Yep, that's our plan. We got to get more residential in here. That looks really silly. That's okay. Water's pretty good. That's good to see. The last scenario, the two scenarios you start kind of with a pre-made city. But that second scenario, you gotta build it from scratch. Kinda nice because you get more control of how you want things laid out and stuff. It will cause traffic jams, but again, like it shouldn't be that big of a deal. We basically just want to meet the scenarios, what the scenario wants us to do. So we just gotta get people happy and I think healthy. Was that one of them? I'm not too old. Old enough to be great. So we gotta get their happiness higher. Oh, and then we need 10 different parks and plazas. That's easy to do. So we have one so far. There's 2. There's 3. Number 4. And 5. 6. This is a big one. I can't fit this. Here we go. 7. 8. 9, and this should be 10. Look at that, 10,000 bucks. So we've already met one requirement, and look at that, their happiness jumped almost 10 points, so that's really good. So once we hit 30 weeks, we can't go below 60. That's really bad if we do. That's scenario over. So yeah, normally, again, this isn't how I would normally do a city. It's very poorly designed. But I'm not too concerned with traffic. I'm more concerned with keeping their happiness up. And I think it'll be okay, traffic jam wise. Let's go ahead and fill this in randomly. I don't know what the heck that's from. That's really strange. That grid shouldn't be there. Oops, that's a little close. That can be commercial. There we go. Oh, that's right. Local produce. So, I think what we'll do is just have all of our, like a printer, like the old dot matrix printers. We'll just have everything be whatever that requirement is, the local production, organic type of stuff. So we'll make this whole thing. Everything would be local. We need 15,000 tiles. That's a lot. 47%. That is really high, isn't it? It's a lot of money to the taxes. The thing is, we can't really, kind of have to do it this weird way. We can't really select a citywide policy because it's like a district specialization. So we got to make a massive district. So this is going to screw up our commercial for a while because everything has to be rebuilt. We got a nice stockpile of money, so we should survive this. What are they going on about? Want better workers, I guess. We could do another high school, maybe. They have no power, but that's okay. They'll get it eventually. So our population gotta be 50,000. We're a little over 10% of the way there. Happiness is still 75. We got these things we can build too, which are kind of fun. Just gotta find like a good spot to do it. That'll get. Oh, that shouldn't be there. That's really strange. Some fun little parks. That's a regular park. Nothing for the water. That's kind of big too. Throw some roads down. Getting some drinking water. Boom. Got a whole bunch of new fun zone areas they can play with. Jumped up 3 points. That's good. We'll keep using that. I think the day and the night go by itself. I can't really control that. It kind of just goes on its own, doesn't it? I never really messed around with that. I thought it was just kind of automatic. Got some coal power plants. Might wait till we get more money before we build a geothermal. We're a little low. Could do a sewer maybe. Oh, I just realized we're dumping sewage right by our fishing pier. It's kind of funny. We're making decent money though. That's kind of nice. This is one trick I like to do. Have your... Oh, actually, that can stay at intersection. That's a busy road, too. Have the main road just be straight through and have the... Oh. I don't know if that's the best thing for that. Don't have a traffic light for everything. Just have it for the busy roads. There, that might help a little bit. My theory is that'll help the main road just keep flowing. There's not much activity on the side roads, so why have a traffic light for every single intersection, right? Oh, traffic flow. We got Nightbots here to say hello. Alright, now we should build a geothermal. We're gonna need some electricity here. Is that it, really? I had to build 2, maybe. There we go, now we got some power. Throw down some more industry here, I guess. Got some room. Want to make sure we got to keep building parks too. We want to make sure everybody's having fun, because that is the point of this scenario. Oh, we got these over here. I didn't realize these guys were over here. This is probably where a lot of our unhappiness is. We're at, what, 73? Or 78? So once we cheer them up a little bit. Have to kill some of their housing, but that's okay. These guys are a bit... Oh, there we go. Big towns. We get high density now if we want it. Oh, we're almost there. 82. Looks like we got some police needs. There we go. Gotta eat all of our money. We gotta really watch our money. If we run out of money, we lose. So we obviously don't want to do that. Good old ghost factory. A couple of those down. $25,000, just like that. Because we met that thing. This part's going to be a pain. The 15,000 square of organic and local produce. That's gonna kind of suck, but oh well. We'll have to figure something out with that. That's gonna be for more residential, you think? I'll go to nice trees. Some pretty trees. Because now we can go to high density. Go high density. I'll still kind of connect them like that, just so it's easier for emergency vehicles to have access in schools and all that. Again, I'm not going for prettiest city or most efficient city. I'm going for doing what the scenario is telling me to do. Water's still pretty good. It's nice to see, as always. Making $10,000 a unit at a time. Good old high density. Make sure it's all connected. That should give them all the power they need in the world. Oh, before I forget. Yeah, the highest it can go is 29, so we can't even get close to your 47. That 47 is really crazy high. Can't quite match that. Now see, we can zone for high density, but because we have that policy, it's not going to actually build high density buildings. It's going to build these eco-friendly, those organic and locally done stuff, so we won't actually get high density commercial, but we need that for the scenario. So we're at 2,000 out of 15. That's so insane. Also want to make sure I keep building parks. I want to make sure I get that happiness. See that brown stuff? The people might be slightly unhappy. We don't want that. We want everybody to be happy as a clam. Nice thing is we can build offices now. We don't gotta worry about dirty, polluting industry or stuff like that. That'll help out. Maybe I should, because of the pollution here, I'm gonna make sure that can be office, and this can be fake high density commercial. Just so people don't get sick. Oh, build a cop station. Build a fire station. Can't afford. Again, we gotta really be careful of our money. We don't run out of money. A couple more water pumps, maybe. We can afford that. As like I said before with the other ones, we shouldn't have issues with disasters. Disaster free should be the way the scenario goes. So yeah, this is basically it for the third and final scenario of this new DLC. This is the only part that's going to suck, I think, that organic requirement. That's a quite big chunk of your map. I mean, you're probably going to have way over 50,000 people before you get this, that requirement met. That's my guess anyways. I think 15,000 is an insane amount. So, but keeping people happy, again, it's just, you build parks, make sure those buildings stay that nice bright blue color. So that should change them to that. Oh, we met another. Take a look at some of this. That'll do. We are getting some demand for commercial, which is good because we need a lot of it. But that's why I'm betting that we're gonna hit the population before we hit the commercial requirement. That's my educated guess. This is a pretty inexpensive park to build. I kind of like this one, so I think we'll kind of stick with it. Alright, we're still doing pretty good. So see, now if we go under 1 population, or we go under 60 for their average happiness, we will lose. We'll run out of money, which we should be fine on money. Again, no more dirty industry. We can do nice, clean offices. Non-polluting. Again, since we only care about meeting that scenario requirement, we'll go for this because it's a nice big flat area that we can just pump a bunch of grid-like things if we want to really force it in. And since we need an insane amount of that commercial requirement, we're going to have the whole thing be just one big district. Looks like there's some fertile ground here. Is that minerals, maybe? That's oil. Okay, here's the minerals. There's a lot of forest. Wow. So you got some options if you want to change up your industry. If you want to have specializations, you can. 11,000 already, so we're coming along pretty good. Go ahead and plop some of that stuff down. Derp, 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 derp. We still got that met, so that's good. Oh, it went down one, but that's okay. As long as it's above 60, that's all we care about. Once we actually meet the other requirements, then we can just, you know, try to quickly boost that last bit. You want some farming? We could do some farming. Oh, actually, I don't know if we can. We'll have to... Yeah, we can work it out. Yeah, I'm not going for the prettiest. There goes the sun. More low residential. We'll have to build more roads. We can add a few more low residential. Maybe here, if I get this just right. It's a little squiggly, that's okay. We got a bunch of high residential now, we got all that. Go ahead and build some water pipes for everybody. I want to build some parks first, make sure we keep that happiness really nice and high. Here we go, low residential. There we go. Now this part's going to be interesting. Farm City. Well, they're gonna want water, I bet. And most likely, they're gonna want power. Come around this way, maybe. Should build closer to the power lines, what they should do. God, they won't build to the edge like they're supposed to. They're just a little out of range. I mean, I could just connect it and then just delete it when I do build finally. Because see, it eats up where I zoned. It bums me out when they do that. Oh well, that's what they want. So wait, we got a little farm area in the middle of nowhere? Ooh, we're having garbage problems though, that's not good. Also not what I was hoping to see. And see how much smaller the recycling pollution circle is compared to the other ones? Look how massive that one is in comparison. It's just insane. There we go. Yeah, commercial doesn't really matter because it's all going to be low density anyways because of that requirement that we have. This whole map is one big local district. Local production. Happiness is still where we're supposed to be. God, we still need like 12,000 and change for that. And then our population is growing pretty well, so that's basically the whole scenario. And again, they're gonna have issues because they want low educated people. I think we're pretty high educated. Oh, I could use more schools. We could afford some schools. We got some good money. I don't know if it affects our happiness, schools. I don't think it make the kids really happy to have to go to school, but it could always be worse. Wow, I could do university. Get some real education going. They're having... could do that, I guess. So that way the garbage trucks have a way to get over to here a lot easier. Yeah, because this landfill's like right there. So hopefully that'll help their garbage issue. Hopefully. We could also do some forestry too, because we got a whole bunch of forestry stuff. But yeah, this might be kind of wonky for a while, because there's just not enough uneducated workers for them to fill in that demand. Looks like we got a lot of demand for housing. We're just gonna build some good old-fashioned grids. Good old-fashioned grids. Oh, we're doing some big roads, what we're doing. This is gonna be all jam-packed high density with bicycles. We're really gonna cram everybody in here. That's gonna be our goal. Just pack them in like sardines. Oh no. It's a little crooked. Very... Oh, that's right. We gotta build like 1,000 parks, don't we? Because people are gonna be like, this is the ugliest, most boring area to live. We're gonna have to give them some nice parks to look at. Make sure their happiness stays where it's supposed to be. Because really, the part that's gonna suck is that 15,000 of the organic restaurant or commercial stuff. That's just so much. So much. Oh, now it wants to be uncooperative. Why would you do this to me? Come on. There we go, that'll work. Must be some hills or something that's making this a bit tricky. This would be the new super area. Super condensed, super crowded. Super terrible to live, probably because of all the traffic that they're gonna have. Oh yeah, there we go. A couple smaller street. This would be a fun place to live, right? I do wish we had more money. We're gonna connect it. Actually, maybe we'll do like right in the middle here. There we go. That's pretty cool. We're spending a lot of cash on this. But yeah, we're not going for pretty. We're going for beating the scenario. That's what we're thinking about. I don't think there's an achievement to do these scenarios. Basically, it's just for fun. So if you're going for like 100% achievements, I don't think this is required for it. Right, what's the cheapest, smallest part? We'll have to double check, make sure that's enough happiness for him. Water treatment plant. There we go. Oh, I didn't connect the water, I guess. I thought I did. Oh, I didn't. I just kind of threw it in randomly. That should be good for happiness. Again, as long as it's above 60, I'm fine. We can always come back later. Actually, we'll alternate. We can always come back once we met the rest of the goals and work on getting the, whatever we're missing point-wise. But for now we can get something. Okay, good. That's part of the thing. So they'll need hospitals, a ghost factory, fire department, police, one of those. We need a bunch of these little schools. These little schools are very annoying, but they give us more money, so go ahead and put them down. We'll go ahead. Oh, we're really low on cash, aren't we? It's kind of a bummer. Our whole little area here is just... It got really polluted, didn't it? It's supposed to be all nice and a fun, relaxing park, but it's just gross. Gross and covered in sewage. That should be more than enough. Power's getting down there, but it's fine. There we have it. Again, that'll sort of, because see, they don't really want the super educated people, so that's going to have issues until they kind of are forced to work there because there's no other options. Happiness we can fix whenever. That should, as long as it's above that bare minimum, we'll be fine. And these are abandoned because, again, the same thing with the workers. They're all educated. We could maybe help. Encourage people to skip college and just jump right into the old farms. But that's pretty much the scenario. It's just getting that population up there and getting those organic and local produce specializations built. And that's pretty much it. So I think that'll probably do it for us. I think we'll go ahead and call it a day for now. So I just want to say thanks everybody for watching. I do, and thank you for everyone who subscribed and all that too. I do really appreciate it. Yeah, but thank you all for watching. I hope that all of you enjoyed, and hopefully I will get to see you all next time.